welcome back to the channel. So previously, the last time I talked about Jimmy Uso, or really actually any bloodline related, let's say, news in general, so it might have been either around WrestleMania 40, around that seasonal period, or more so around, I think, the Royal Rumble when I did my predictions. One of those videos. And I was saying that with Jimmy separating from Jay and Jay having this uproar of, let's say, interest and popularity, it's kind of, Jimmy's just floating. You know, kind of jobbing. No, well, he was a jobber, let's be honest. It didn't make sense, did it? Because we look at Jay and Jimmy on equal planes in terms of when they were in the bloodline. I mean, of course, Jay had the slight leverage because of how things started off in 2020 and then 2021. But where they are now with it, it's just like, Jimmy, I mean, he's weak. His character is weak right now. And that shouldn't be the case to me. So I think with the current present moment in time, Jimmy needs to be rebuilt. Now, I would have thought like a comedic version of what they have Tama Tonga doing, but a little bit more on the comedy aspect side, could maybe have been more in tune with something for Jimmy. You know, be more aggressive, because of course he's a heel version of the duo. I feel like as you have Solo matching up with Cody, and then you have the bloodline all around battling Randy Orton and Kevin, it's kind of like, oh, they have the numbers game because Tangaloa, oh, he just jumped in, and of course, you know, with Tama Tonga and of course Jacob Fatu. The best way to pivot, have Jimmy Uso's music come out. Have Jimmy have a steel chair in his hand, because that's how he got taken out with Solo, with the steel chair. So if Jimmy has that steel chair, he comes rushing down to the ring and just starts beating everybody with the steel chair. And it's just going off. Just going off with it. Just hammering. Just
smashed everyone.
And then going from there in the same fashion that Jay's kind of built up, Jimmy needs to have his own thing, right? So his theme song, already great. Already nice with the way it starts with the I don't have the tune in my head, but the you know what I'm talking about though. Give Jimmy more of an edge, tune down his comedic side a little bit more. He can still have it in terms of like his like quirkiness or wit, but have him tune down a little bit more and be on the serious side, you know, wanting to get revenge on the bloodline. Having the first person to introduce the old bloodline versus new bloodline saga by having Jimmy return and being like, hey, now we got Jimmy back. Okay, let me get Jay back to SmackDown somehow. And then with that being said, Roman comes back, and then it takes on from there. First, when Jimmy brings Jay back to SmackDown, because I feel like that's how it should play out. You know, Jimmy brings Jay back because Jay's not really doing nothing on Raw, if we're being honest. Have Jay be like, hey, there's somebody I want you to meet. And then introduce Haku's son. And forgive me, I'm not too familiar with the name, but introduce Haku's son, and then going forth, that's a trio right there. But they need one more. And you don't want to introduce Roman back too quickly. It's the same thing with Seth. I didn't agree with that because they brought him back too early. Make that, you know how they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder, or something of that nature in terms of that quote. Have him take an extended leave. There's no reason to rush Roman back. This can all, you could say, conclude or take place in terms of that like big marquee match at Survivor Series. So that's all the way in November. We looking into fall, going into winter. That's then. Right now we are at SummerSlam. So there's still time to build it up. And Roman could return, what? Maybe as the mystery partner. You know, in terms of going toe-to-toe with the bloodline, that's an option that you have on the table. Or you could introduce him like a month ahead. You know, that would be up to you. But me personally, from my marquee and my expertise, what I would do, let the absence grow. You know, let it grow. And then have Roman return, let's say in the closest proximity, a month away from Survivor Series. A month in terms of the closest. Yeah, there we go. So right now it's not the time. Because then who's Roman going to beef with over the next 3 months? You want it to be bloodline segments ending every single show? That's boring. No one wants that. No one wants that. So I think you should start with Jimmy. This is a great way to build Jimmy up over those 3 months as well. You know, give him some credibility, some good wins. Because I think he beat AJ one time when he first, you know, turned on his brother. So, I mean, reestablish that Jimmy Uso. You know, he was quirky, backstage, witty, but he still had that oomph when it came to, like, actually competing. So, hey, there's no reason to have one Uso up here and the other Uso down there. Have them both be on equal planes. They're both great athletes. They're both great when it comes to mic work. I mean, character work, all of that, bro. So, you know, why not? Why not? And I still stand by the fact that it should have been a draw at WrestleMania. I still stand by that. And a handshake. But, okay, maybe not a handshake. But, well, no, you could incorporate a handshake. And understandably, Rikishi, he probably at this stage he can't really do all the refereeing. But even with that, you don't have to have so many like close calls or whatever, and then the referees usually stay in the ring anyway. So I mean, Rikishi still could have did the refereeing job in my opinion. Maybe, potentially, I don't know all the details. But with that being stated, I do appreciate y'all for tuning into this video. Now, Jimmy should be clear. I think he's already clear. No, he's definitely already clear. He's already clear because I came out in the headline. So, I mean, it's going to be a great SummerSlam. Overall, the card is stacked. It is wonderful. Okay, maybe not stacked, but it's definitely wonderful. And on that note, y'all take care. Enjoy y'all day, evening, night, whenever y'all watching this. Y'all take care. Peace out. Baby girl awesome, it ain't capping the slightest. She take out to just be like a Midas. When we walk in the room, we the brightest. Different topics, but I'm steady vibing. In the mud, but I better stay striving. With the family, I'll always be thriving. Creepy steps, but I cannot quit climbing.